Hi everyone, it's Maggie, and welcome back to the final part of my fabric pocket page. And this is the fun part, the embellishing. And before I get started, let me just say that I did glue these other flowers down, and then these little dangles, I didn't want them like just kind of flapping because they're from the top. So let's start embellishing and finishing this up. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is, I found a couple of little appliques. Let me sure I've got them on the right side. Yep. And all I'm going to do is put a little glue on there, and I am going to cover up where I put that seam binding. So I'll put one on that side. And I'll put one on this side, even though you can't. And what did I do with it? Okay, blooper number one. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add this, even though you can't see. I'm gonna add it just so that it's, you know, it's uniform. I'm gonna add it right there. And then the only other thing to the back that I'm going to do is I'm going to add my little Handmade with Love by Maggie White. I'm going to put a little glue on there. I'm going to put it in the corner here. And then I have this large sparkly flower applique, and I am going to put this in the corner, and I'm going to glue it down in the middle of the flower so that it's not totally hiding the stamp piece. And then I'm just going to put a couple of little dots there. I'll put one up here just to make sure it's on there good, but I wanted it to kind of hide the stamp, but I don't want to totally. I think that's on there good enough. I'll do a little bit on these the ends of these two, and then that'll be enough. Okay. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to take this flower applique here, and I'm going to kind of place it in, trying to, I had this all worked out. Okay, so I think that's going to go there. And then these, which I'll show you in a minute. Let's see. I just want to place them, and then I'll show you what I did. All right, that should cover that. There we go. And then this is going to go here. What I want to do is cover up the, you know, around the photo. And I want this to go like right about there. Okay. So what I did was I had a little piece of this left over in my snippet box, and it had these going all the way across. And what I did was I snipped those off and I added, and I don't know if you can see, but these are blue rhinestones, and they're like I don't know if they're 1 or 2 millimeter, but hopefully you can see how tiny those are. And I put one in the middle of each of these little flower-like pieces on these dangles, if you can see there. Okay, so I have this exactly where I want it, so let me just first off put a little bit of glue there, and that keeps it from moving. And then I can put these down quick, and this will cover the rest of the frame of the photo. Okay, now put a little more here, there. Just to add a little bit of color to this page, because it's mostly just white, cream, and beige. Okay, so there's that. And then I have some clay flowers that I'm going to use. And let me get them out of the way. I'm going to use my tiny lavender clay flowers, and there's this little flower here which I'm going to put a drop of glue down on there. And then I'm going to finish gluing this leaf here, put a little tiny bit where that other flower is, and then put one on that flower right in the center. There. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do, actually I think it might be the last thing I need to do on the covers is, and let me take one of these out. These are my little pearls. I have different size ones, but this is the one I want for this. I have had these for so long, and I think I got these from Emma, and it's probably been a year or two, and I hope you can see it. It's like a frosted acrylic, and it's in the shape of a little flower. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue in the middle, and I am going to take the pearl. No, maybe it'll be easier if I get one in here. And I'm going to set it right down in the center, and I'm going to press so it goes in there. And that's all I need. I just wanted to show you how to do one, and see there with the pearl. All right, so I already pre-did these because it just took me way too long to do that. And also the rhinestones, the reason why I put the rhinestones on these pieces is it took me a half an hour just to do those and these three up here. And so I'm going to take these and I'm going to put one in the middle of each of these flowers. I'm going to try to do that quickly. And it's just to add a little, it'll add a little dimension. And just that little something extra. And it's these little things, I think, that make such a difference in a project. And you're just going to have to bear with me for a minute or two because there's 17 of them that I have to glue on. And I will deal with the glue strings after the video's over. And I'm pressing as hard as I can to make sure that that glue sticks to both the acrylic flower and the fibers that are in the middle there. Almost done, more than halfway. And I hope that besides seeing how I do things, that I might have given off like some kind of tip here and there for you. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to ask. You can ask in the comments. You can send me a private message. I'll be happy to help anybody that is just, well, anybody anyway, but especially like someone that might be just starting out and wanting to try something like this but not sure. I mean, anybody can do this with the right materials and that. I mean, there's really nothing you can't do. And I forgot when I made that. I think that gave me an extra one. Okay, so those are really on there. So let's see if I can, the camera's at an angle on the chair next to me, so I'm having a hard time seeing what you're seeing, but I hope you can see that. And ignore the glue strings, those will be gone. Okay, the last thing I think I want to do to the cover is take these other three, just to tie in the color a little more. I'm going to angle them right there. So let's do this one, and I'll do one in the middle first. And this one I can put up a little higher. And then this one, and actually I didn't glue this all the way down, so let's see though. Actually I think I'm going to put that right there, because the rhinestones are going to rub against each other if I try to do it the other way. This way it goes in between. Alright, so now I can add a little more glue under here. And that takes care of that. And as I said, I already glued down these dangles here. So, alright, so that's the front cover. Okay, now we have a couple things to do on the inside, and then we're done. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I'm going to use this post-it thing to put in there, because I have two of these arch type of thingies. I cut these off of a bridal applique piece. They were all by themselves. So, whoops, I gotta add a glue stick. And I hope I don't touch the camera jiggling. I'm going to add a little in the middle, and then I'm going to add it to the middle of that there. Okay, and then this one over here. Just for a little interest in the in the pockets. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll take the rest of the clay flowers and I'm going to use the lavender ones again, and I'm going to put them in the middle of this dangle. It's like a daisy. And what I do is, and for some reason it works out okay and I don't usually burn myself, I hold it underneath here and I put a little dot of glue. I put the clay flower down and then I squeeze it in between my thumb and my finger, and that works out pretty good. All right, so we'll just do the rest of these quick and then we're almost done. And by doing it this way, you make sure it just helps to get it right in the middle of each little daisy. Now, I don't suggest you do this to something thin or you're going to burn your fingers, but luckily the middle of these daisies is on the thick side, so I'm not getting the heat or the burn from the glue because of that. But if it was like up here, you couldn't do that with the lace because you would burn yourself. But I'm just lucky that the middles are the fibers are so close together and it's thick enough that I can set it down and press without having to worry about burning myself. And this is where this detail glue gun is helpful also, because if you're using, I don't know if I would recommend this even if you do have a thick surface like the middle of the daisy with a regular glue gun, because if I'm not mistaken, a regular glue gun, even just barely touching the gun to get the glue out, you're going to end up with too much glue and you probably would burn yourself. So I'll limit it to anyone that's using a detail gun like this. And I know I had a bunch of people ask me in my last how-to video what kind of gun it was and that, and where I got it. And so for anybody that didn't watch that video and wants to know, this is a Super Bonder, or Sure Bonder, I'm sorry, Sure Bonder detail glue gun. And I got it at Joann's, but I've also seen it on Amazon. So you can get it at either place if you don't have a Joann's. You might be able to get it on Joann's online. I'm not sure, but I actually have a Joann's in the next town, so I got it from there. But if you don't have a Joann's and they don't happen to, if you check and they don't have one in their online store, you can get it on Amazon. And it's only like $12. It's not expensive at all. Okay, so there's that so we get a little bit of color there. And then I'm going to take this trim and I'm going to put it across just to finish off the lines of the dangle trims. So we're going to, let me just make sure I've got it there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go along here. On the other side, I kind of went up a little bit like that. So I want it to kind of look the same on both sides. So, all right, there we go. All right, so there's the inside, as you can see. Here's the front. And here's the back. And I'm just going to tie it quickly. And you can put anything in those pockets that you want. You can put handmade flowers in there. You could put stick pins. You could put just some special laces if you want to send some to somebody, but there it is, all finished. And I think it came out pretty good. Okay, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed the 3 videos. If you would like, leave me a comment. If you have questions, leave me a question. And if there's anything else in particular that you'd like to see me make on video like this, just let me know in the comment box. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to do it, but I will definitely give it a try. And yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. And bloopers and all. So, okay, I will see you all again soon with another project. Bye for now.